Don't it?
So what
You
is
know,
easy,
yeah, you
Christian?
know, I'm your friend.
Expressions JA.
Ah,
Okay.
Yes. And we've been doing it. We've been doing it in an informal way, and we have now formalized it. We formalized it in 2020 when Hart accredited our dancehall program, which
Okay.
is
that's
presently
pretty amazing. And you don't
yes,
even hear much about it.
much about it. We are presently, we started our new cohort at the South Camp Road Correctional Center.
You went there without me, and I told you that.
We are going to,
We're going to invite you
yes, we're
one
going
day
to
to
definitely
yes.
invite you
Please,
because, and
Yes.
then you're
please.
so,
I have an assignment
yes,
at the South
they're
Camp
so enthusiastic
Women's
about it.
Correctional
Yeah.
Facility.
I think we have 30 odd students. We
30 when I checked the list this morning, it's actually 35.
35.
So you have 35 students at the Women's Correctional Facility on South Camp Road
Yes.
who have signed up in your program
Yes.
to be educated formally
Educated and
in
certified
the structure
in
and movement of dance,
dance, yes.
which would give them work opportunity when they come
Yes.
out
Yes. And it is not just locally but internationally.
internationally. Well, once they have served their time and can
Yes.
get their visas and travel.
And you
Even
know,
to
it's so
travel, 'cause,
funny.
yeah, not just America. We tend to think of visa, but other countries will receive.
It's so funny that
That's
a few of them
amazing.
in the program, maybe leaving soon, like next month.
Next
And
early
one,
release.
one of the young ladies came to me and she said to me, I know I have started a program, but I'm one of them who is leaving.
Can she continue
I
and
go
complete?
overseas, and she's
Oh.
like, "Can I please continue?" You know, one of the things with the correction center is that you don't, you can't go in with a lot of things.
Yes, obviously.
So, so I told her, I said to her, well, it's not gonna be on the same class level here where you have everybody. We may have to do this one on one. She said, I don't care. She said, as long as I get the chance to finish what
To
I'm
complete
doing.
what he has started.
Yeah.
Wow. Percy, you're the pastor. Pray for them. No,
Pray
that's
for who? The
that's
young lady or pray
beautiful-
for them?
Both. It's a
Or the
beautiful
process of
program
restoration.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
it
what it
touches
is.
on so many.
And that is what I'm hearing, that you are restoring a lot of person's lives
Yes.
in terms of things that, boy, I think I don't know. God has given you the opportunity of restoring a lot of people and saying there's hope.
in
This
in
is
a
what's
fun,
about it.
expressive way
Yes.
that don't require you to figure out what you know much GCE or CXC
It
or
is-
A levels or
It is seriously,
university.
it's seriously
Your tool is the
relatable.
body that God
Yes.
give you.
It's relatable. We're doing it with the bartender as well. We have brought some youngsters out of the inner city that they're now expressing themselves on film,
As actors.
and they're as actors. And what I admired, what I admire about some of them is that they are looking deeper into it. They're looking at how the camera works. They're looking at
so
directing
they
a
will learn
scene.
other things.
Great.
Yes, moving scenes around. I've been there where I allow a guy to just direct the entire scene, and he's telling you where to shoot from and all of this. And I remember years ago, and that a number of our local cameramen that work in many of these institutions
Yeah.
came out of the inner city. They were not formally
They were not
trained.
formally-
They went
the
and got formal
apprenticeships they
training
work.
after,
All right. You
but
know
they
that,
started.
you recognize that signal that the producer gave us?
Yeah.
You've used it yourself
Yeah.
many times.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take our 9 o'clock break. We'll come back. Then we'll just have some fun, figuring out how. So, Expressions Jamaica is not just working in the prison, so you don't have to go get a sentence in order to join the club. When we come back, we'll learn how you can be included.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
This is your beloved Pastor Percy from the Morning Connection. Support our commitment to Jamaica by joining us on Wednesday mornings at 7:30 when we pray for the nation. Show us you care. Advertise with us. For more information, call our offices at 876-276-8935.
Welcome back. As we took the break, Minette made a joke about serving time in order to dance. I repent.
You can dance because they are offering their programs all over Jamaica. They need them to start cohorts. That's correct?
Yes, it is.
One in Mandeville. Go to Mandeville.
I mean, wherever we can.
Wherever you can round up enough. What's the average size class that would give
Average
you?
size class 25, 30 person.
25, 30 persons.
Yes.
So right now, for persons who are interested in finding opportunities for you, you know who you are. If you can just put together 25 persons,
Yes.
expressions
We're right
Day
here.
will come.
And it's 2 months, and you will be certified after that.
Yeah, 6 hours a week.
Yes.
6
And
hours a week, so you have to be available.
It's
2
not
days.
all. It's not all theory, because I know a lot of persons run from the.
It's 80% dance.
Yes, it's
And,
practical. It's a practical program. Yes, you know you have to have the theory behind it, but it's practical and it's
What is
fun.
the theory like?
The history of dance.
Yes. So we'll give them things on the traditional folk forms, so like revival and kumina, which is very important. You know, the base of where a number of what we're doing started. You know, so for us, it's important for them to know where it came from. You know, and why we do what we do. You know, through dancehall. The importance of dancehall in the 80s. You know, when
But that
dancehall
still
started.
sounds like fun, which is why I ask.
Yes.
Persons think, when you think academic and seated work, you're thinking about formula and calculations.
Not
Not
maths.
formulas for that.
and being tested.
I'm
Well,
not thinking about that, you know.
Well.
You do it a certain
Yeah,
way.
well,
Can
yes.
someone like me a
Big-
full left foot to that?
Yeah, but well,
Uncle Percy,
oh,
yeah, if
definitely.
you have two left
We
foot,
always say from you can
yeah,
walk.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
That's true. All right.
Yeah, and you teach specific dance styles which have to be learned precisely so, or is it all interpretive and free movement but stylish and rhythmic?
No, well,
You teach the walls,
Some of
the
it.
Viennese walls.
no.
Nothing
we
European,
focus,
but
no, we
people would
focus on
start
dance,
burn
Jamaican,
Yeah.
the traditional folk forms, how we break down some of the movements, how to understand your body, especially for persons who think they can't dance.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when you understand your body, when you understand the whole anatomy of your body, you understand just beat patterns. You know,
Okay.
so we start with even a tap. You know, just tapping your feet and finding that rhythmic
The rhythm
movement
that-
with the body,
yes.
because we dance with a lot of flow and grooves in our bodies. You know, just the African in us.
I was gonna ask you that. Do you think I've noticed when you look at videos out of Africa or people dance in Africa, saying, but I see that here in Jamaica.
Oh yes.
So like we're in Africa do our dance movement from all over
Alright.
West Africa.
So
Where
West Africa is one of the prime places
Yes.
our moves. So if you see dance in Ghana
yes,
and dance in Jamaica,
Yeah.
they're so similar.
Yeah.
So similar. They you think that we're the same set of peoples based on the movement quality. You know, when you go to different other places now. So when we went to Tanzania, you know, the movements were different, but still very grounded.
Yeah.
You know, so there is something that comes from the continent that represents us holistically, but then you can be a little more specific and narrow it down. So Ghana is one of the places that we're like twins. when
Yeah.
it comes on.
Yeah, I saw it in Nigeria, and I've seen it in South Africa too. I see the movements in the young people, in the old people, and it's the same. It's the same. There's a great appetite for Jamaican dancers world over,
Yes.
and with the certification that your course offers, where could people look to say, you know what? Like I have a friend who's where is he? He's in Ecuador or Honduras, and he's saying, my heart is pulling me to Ghana. Where would you say with this certification, Jamaican dancers are desirable in these places? Just to give people a dream.
South America, Asia, Europe,
Asia, Japan.
Asia.
Japan. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Asia is just.
Did you cite a number to me recently about the number of, was it either ska or mento bands?
Was
or-
Japan.
Japan.
In Japan.
150 bands that play ska in Tokyo alone.
You hear that number, Percival?
150.
150.
Ska bands.
You mean Japanese?
Japanese men and women.
playing ska. So this is
How many we have in Jamaica?
No, we have so much. I don't think we have so much.
if we have to talk when we talk to our students about ska, we have to make them go do a research about ska. And ska is free flowing in Japan and other parts of the world. And the thing about these people, so we've traveled. I've gone 37 countries teaching dance, not touring with anybody, just teaching dance. Shelley's about 38, going for 39.
About?
And
Oh, what's your number? Shelley?
What's your
What's
number?
your number?
38.
38.
Not about. It's 30.
38 going on 39.
Right.
Don't you want to
Where
you
booked
are
to go next?
explain that.
Where will you be dancing next?
Canada.
But you've been to Canada many
No.
times.
Yeah.
Oh no?
I've been to Canada once, but it was not
for dance.
No, it was for dance, but it wasn't teaching. It was to
teaching,
perform
yeah.
on
Okay.
a comedy show.
Yes.
So now, actually, this is teaching. I mean, different states, Montreal,
But you're
Yeah,
out.
the
Toronto.
provinces.
You're out
So-
tomorrow for New York.
Yes, I'm out tomorrow for NY.
And you'll be teaching?
Yes, I'll be
That's right.
teaching in the
So
city.
you know what? I just want you to paint a picture for our young people or their grandparents who are listening.
Opportunities that exist.
What it represents in terms of a place in the world, earning money and having fun. When you're young is when you should travel and earn a little money while you're on the road. That's the time for it.
You know, the fun part about it for me is that I've always, growing up, your parents always ask you, what do you want to be when you... people, they say lawyer, doctor.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a flight attendant,
So you
Okay.
could travel.
so I could travel.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it was at that time that I liked about traveling, but I knew I love meeting people,
Okay.
different people. Even if I don't understand the language, I just like hearing it and just the travel of it, just to see the places. Looking at the similarities of your country to another country.
Yeah,
Like Mexico is also like the history. Some of their music is also similar to ours. It was so fascinating.
So this represents not just a career opportunity to be in a hotel, be as a playmaker or whatever else young people will do in Jamaica, but you get to travel, see the world.
Oh yes.
What kind of engagements would you typically get aside from teaching? You would go to dance in a show, be part of something else.
Well, when we do these tours, most of the time you don't really get to experience the city where you are, because you learn today, you do your workshop, and you're gone again. So like most of the times when touring for me, I would ask my agent, can I have an extra day just to see the city?
And that's where you want to
Yes, yes,
Alright.
yes.
So tomorrow you fly out to go to.
There you are.
I do my workshop on the 2nd, which is Saturday.
Okay.
And then I have another workshop booked for Wednesday.
Okay.
So now you said agent. Does your production house, will you provide that kind of service for students
For
who
your
graduate
students.
and
Yes, that's something we'll definitely,
Yeah.
because informally we've done so much. We write job letters for some of
The dancers,
that
yes,
leave
yeah.
here, for maybe about 60% of the dancers that leave here. We do forms for them as well, because some of these forms are very rigid.
You have to, you really have to
Understand.
To understand.
travel to understand what to put on the form.
But I
Because
can
you
tell
make
you-
a slip, it
I can tell you one thing that traveling has done for me. I really appreciate Jamaica. So Shelley traveled more than me because I miss home as I reached the airport. As I reached Norman, man, I started Jamaica. So when the agent will call and will say, because they're saying, all right, so we have some things lined up and you're going to be out for a month. Listen,
No, I have no play on that. No, I have no on that.
no, that's too
give me
much.
like 3 weeks max. But Shelley, so there are times when Shelley's out for 2 months because she loves being out there.
Yeah.
I like it, but what I really want to do is I want to we've
You
done
need
it.
a private plane. So you can
Yes,
come home
maybe that
and
will
go
work.
back.
But taking people to the mecca of dancehall is what I really want to do.
So you want to be here?
Yes, and I want
Preparing
to
the
take them
ground.
here, right, so
Yeah.
they can see. Take them to historic sites, take them to Trenchtown, take them to some places where, where dance developed, and just the culture overall.
And it's a whole heap of history that Jamaica have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some that, and I'm not going to lie, some that, and some places that we ourselves as Jamaicans think we know, but we
But
don't.
we don't really know. Yeah.
When we started bringing people here for dancehall dream camp, we started when in
20.
So is that an
30.
annual event, Dancehall Dream Camp?
We did it annually. We
Yeah.
started in 2015,
15,
Oh,
and we did up to 2019.
17, 18.
18.
18.
The last one was 2018 when we collaborated with Sumfest and we did a Western version of it.
so it's a product which you can revive at any time.
Any
Yes.
time,
And
at any
yeah,
time. So
yeah, and
we
we cover it
bring
behind
them-
us now.
Yes. So we bring persons to Jamaica. We give them dance classes. They see historic sites. They meet and greet with some of the artists that
Love
we're
that.
familiar with, and they get a chance to understand where dancehall is coming
How
from.
long is the duration of the camp?
They're usually here a week.
Yeah, 1
Yes,
7
they're here for a
days.
week, yeah.
Listen,
Taking them out to St. Thomas so they can see come in alive
Yes.
is another thing. Live band shows.
Yes.
Some like some of the root reggae bands here in Jamaica. When they come and they get to see Sumfest, because the energy on the island is totally
It's
different.
different. Yeah.
The people that they meet and greet is totally different from when you do a class with them overseas. So it's really a joy. What I love to see is the light in their eyes when they understand more about dance.
Yes, and they're getting it at the source, and it's
source.
authentic,
Yes,
undisputably
yes.
authentic.
And also the fun part about it too is that they get different teachers.
Okay.
Different teachers. Like, so they're here for the week. We have
The master class
about
with all
18
them.
workshops, like 3 workshops a day. And yes, the master teachers, they have their classes with them, but they also get to be taught from different dancers.
Yeah.
Because what we say is that every teacher don't teach the same way.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And,
You know.
and communities are represented. Some of them do classes in community.
In the community.
Yes,
Wow.
so we just
Under
take them
tree
to
like
them.
this,
Yes, yes,
just
yes,
dance.
yes.
So it's a vibe
Yeah.
for them. They buy box food and them sit
No,
on
and
the
I love it.
street
Yes.
side.
I love it.
Yes.
I could sign up for one of those.
But what I'm seeing is like what you're doing is a part of our tourism product.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, big time. And I'm just looking to see the spin-offs.
Oh, yes.
You do that, you can people in communities, 18 people going, 30 people going in a community. That's
Yeah,
local.
they can-
That's local economic
Yes.
activity.
Spend
The last one that
For
we
the
did
last, I've been talking about community tourism for years.
But you see, you're doing it now, my brother.
And I have to just, I have to get up and do it for them to understand. A community benefit when you take
Yeah.
20 people into the
But you see, I'm going to shift a little bit on you because I've been there discussing community tourism, but I think calling it tourism is what spoils it. Be honest with you, because there is a kind of commodification of life that is unnatural, and honestly, I think it's wrong. It creates like a zoo. It converts your home, your environment into a zoo. And I remember when the prince and his lady were here, and they went down to Trenchtown, and some pictures were captured of them on one side of a chain link fence, and the people on the other. And it invited the zoo commentary because who knows what side of the fence represented what.
But it's the good thing with their thing. They're in the community, they don't have no zinc fence or no dirt. Yes,
No,
sir.
we're talking about the visitors who come in.
Yes.
So and speaking to the tourism part of it, I think calling it tourism is what breaks it down. It is a community has an economy, and the economy can be hospitality based, because whether it's a shop, you go in, you need service from the shop, and people do things. And I'm only putting that in the mix in terms of how we present and package it, so that it's embraced and it is given the dignity that it deserves, because you are not reducing people into, a commodity that you can observe in the way that anthropologists, mind to
Okay,
do.
yeah.
Just for argument's sake. But what you're saying is spot on, because you're right. 18 people coming into a cook shop in a community is a big event.
Yeah.
You have your cook shop, you're making fritters or whatever you do. You're really doing it because it's there, but you're not going to have 18 people coming into a small shop.
One just like that.
Just like that, until you make it big. We're in Barbados and saw a Michelin 5-star rated sandwich cart.
5-star sandwich cups.
The lady makes, in Barbados they're called cutters. She makes cutters. The cart was located outside of this hotel we stayed at, and it had its signage and whatever. And when we went there, it was closed. The lady is quite old now. She opened it when she feel like. It has no opening hours. But the guide who told us about it and brought us explained that the sandwiches are so famous, so good, that this cart is rated. So the
Like a
truth
hotel
is,
5-star rating.
yes, like how you rate a hotel or a restaurant is I don't even know how to explain it.
Wow.
I mean, it's parked up there, like a
Yeah.
content. Outside, I've forgotten the hotel it is, but if you look up for these rated food restaurants, whatever, for Barbados, you'll find this. I forgot what it's called, but the point is, you can bring that kind of notoriety or fame
Yes.
to a small community anywhere, because once people are cycling through, and you're doing what comes naturally, people will hear of it, and it gets done. But that's enough for my
when you were
voice.
in Europe, in Germany, and on the camp, when you go to the workshops, when you walk into the lobby, there is a table filled with everything Jamaican
Jamaican
food.
I think that was what.
And
was
who
what-
did it? Some Jamaicans?
Jamaicans. Yes.
So
Germany.
the concept for dancehall dream camp was when we were in Germany. 2014 or 2012.
Yeah, can we saw all
Because
of
when we saw this, we were
this
saying, wait, what?
Who bring these gizadas
What?
and everything?
Yes. A table with ackee and saltfish and rundown and we are saying, no,
Who
man,
can eat
nobody's
it?
doing this in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Nobody.
first time I went to Russia. This was
So you see how she got to 38 countries?
You're them Russia,
Dancehall in
Germany,
Russia, you're telling
and
me.
Euros.
Huh?
You're
You've been to
telling me
India too.
about dancehall
yes,
in Russia.
that
We've
was
been- we have-
our India tour was when
We have-
2020.
Yeah, 2020. We have
Asia.
All right.
Where's it?
We have 11. We have 10 Russian visas.
What?
10.
Okay, one of our listeners online say we can call the community piece, call it local visit.
Local visits.
Yes. Thank you, Earl. It has been embraced. It has been embraced.
When I went to Russia, our first time, we were there we went to St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
We were giving information. We were there to give information as well as dance and the whole history of the culture and stuff.
So who invited you? I mean,
It was
how was it set up? Was it
Okay,
a
so
state
this first
agency,
time-
private sector?
This first time was actually from another young lady. She brought us on. Her name is Latanya Styles. She brought us on along
Latanya
with
Styles,
three other Jamaican
Yeah.
dancers.
Okay, so you
And
don't
so she
really
was
know
in
the-
collaboration with a lady
in Russia,
because-
right?
Yeah. So when we were going, we said, no man, I mean, we can't just go there and talk and stuff. We have to carry somebody. So you want to see where we gizzard, peanut cake, grita cake, cane, Jamaica bun. Listen to me. I think once the table went up,
Yes.
everybody just came out, money blazing. I want this. I want this. I want this. Like when they got a ticker, we gave them samples. And listen, we never
Hello?
come back with nothing.
You got paid in rubles?
Oh no, you get paid in US.
Until the BRICS currency comes out.
Tell you.
Yeah.
That's so
So,
funny.
and just now for those who, when we speak about these things, it's entertaining, but there are always business opportunities deep in it, because right now, BRICS, which will replace the old world order, speak it into being, because Africa is in the heart of what is happening now. one of their three pillars is people to people cultural cooperation. So a whole world of opportunity opens up
opening
with
for us.
what you're doing.
Yes.
And you only need 200 more dancers to complete your obligation with heart
Yes.
until you renew it. So there's a call now. 200 young people are, what
Across
age group? Does
Jamaica.
it matter? They have to be young? Could they be not so young?
We have
They must
people.
not move.
But it
We have guards
We
in
have,
the- in the-
yeah.
in the
So there are two
program.
guards in the program.
What are guards?
The guards. that
Securities.
Okay, so does that mean
the facility.
they're- you make
officers
it
at
sound like
facility.
if you're a guard, you're over 40. Or you-
Oh no!
Well,
we have two guards.
I can tell you, at Cardiff,
Yes.
we're going to have a couple over 40s.
exactly.
Okay, so your cohort at the Cardiff closed, or if you get 50 people, you would just start another set.
We can start another set.
Yeah, we can start another.
Let's start
That's
closer
true
set.
because you're doing it in collaboration with Heart or funded by Heart. It means anywhere Heart is, you can light up.
Yes.
You know what? I'm making the
card.
commitment for Pastor Percival.
You make commitment. No, what
For
I
Pastor
find
Percival
no, but
and me, I think we're going to look at where Heart has institutions and see if through the church community we can't draw groups of 30 persons
or better
to this
still,
program.
one of the in your community, it is called community training interventions, which are community groupings that are in the community. Like you have a girls town, it's hard certified, but they have locations all
That is
over the
good.
country.
Yes.
So what you could do in terms of helping you to ask her, give me the listing of all of the community training interventions. And they have facilities, so you can run a group all over the place.
Oh, yes. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So I think that way.
Facility audit.
Audit and stuff, yeah.
So if you do that,
All
they have to
right.
do their facility audit. So them have classroom, and you just need what? A classroom, a stage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the space.
But it's not just the space,
mirrors
it's
and-
the community.
No, that's why I'm calling
because
community training intervention.
persons who are close walking distance from
Will
it
come.
will come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, please stay with us for the rest of the show. We're going to take our break now. It's 9:30.
When we come back, we'll just talk through how we're going to get this program fully populated so Jamaicans can be all over the world shaking their bodies. come back, or we're
in the final run, but we have such fascinating company.
I tell
This
you,
is
if
one of the
somebody to put a mic in the brakes all of the time. Some of these conversations, my lord, my lord.
my goodness.
No, but
Welcome back.
but as you were putting work on me, I was saying to you.
Are you accepting the work, sir?
No, I just went in and found some.
So you've not only accepted the work, you've begun performing. What have you discovered? Because just to bring you where we are, our guests are amongst those with the expertise to have persuaded Heart to give them a contract to teach 220 Jamaicans the craft of dancing
Teach and certify.
and certify. And we've been talking about the fantastic opportunities to travel, see the world, make money while you're young and free and you can do these things. It might not even be so young or altogether free, but it's an opportunity. And you go and you come back. It's not migration now.
No.
This is about taking jobs and so on.
Yes.
So Pastor Percival, and I volunteered Pastor Percival for his many talents. We are going to help them to find these 200 Jamaicans. They have some already.
Getting in the communities.
So we want to do it from the community level. So Pastor went online, and what did we find?
No, I was just gonna ask them for their information to shoot it out in a group because what could easily happen
you
with the
already have a
community
group?
training, man.
Yeah.
The community training intervention, seeing that you want to interact with young people in the community, they could be the center because most community training interventions have a space. They need a space, and they think so. After we talk about
So you
it,
get both the people and the space.
Yes.
if we can get them in.
Wow. Nice.
That's
Nice.
That's it.
Yes, we aim to serve.
Yes.
Well,
And we
Pastor aim to serve. I volunteer Pastor and he performs, but that's wonderful. So, what are the plans which we can look forward to for your company now? What directions are you going in? I know you have the bartender. And tell us what's going on with the bartender.
Yeah, man.
Give people something that they would not get on any other show.
Now that we've formalized the dance program and it is already in effect, I want to seek to do the same with film and train some youngsters in the art of using a cell phone to develop
To
it,
shoot your content.
content and how to use what is happening around you to be a voice, speak about issues that we're having here in Jamaica, and the whole thing of abuse, the whole thing of child molestation, the whole thing. So the bartender speaks to things that's happening in Jamaica. How do we unearth some of these things and put it on the front burner for people to help, those who can help, the movers and shakers. So bartender started out as what I would call slapstick comedy because it was April 22nd when we did our first upload, and it was a lot of fun.
This is April of the pandemic.
Of the pandemic.
First year of pandemic.
First year of pandemic. And I used my cell phone to record. We're on a boat at the house, as I call it. We're on a boat.
What was on the menu?
Season rice.
Seasoned rice, Jamaican delicacy.
Yeah, every kind of the seasoned rice I'm familiar with.
Okay. I can't name things.
So that's where it started.
Saltfish at Callaloo.
And we engaged our YouTube channel and persons just started getting involved. And because of the community we're from, we were a number of persons who were living abroad
Yes.
was watching the community on YouTube and said, what on the man? Then no missing the shop this and this way,
Yes.
and they started telling people. So the word of mouth part of it grew the channel, and now we have 142,000, and we started with 4,500 dormant subscribers.
Woke them
And
up.
we're now out there. So everything from politics to just different things that's happening in our space is a part of it. So we had to do it from just a comedy sketch to a drama, telling backstories of people and connecting people who when them find out say Carlton and Bubbles actually had a relationship.
Is that you, Bubbles?
Yeah, and 5 was shepherds daughter,
Daughter,
and
yeah.
just different. We started connecting people. And
We
leaving
blend up a mix
cliffhangers.
of Jamaican
So
Full mix of
I
Jamaican.
can't resist asking you this, Mr. Chief Writer and Director. Have you ever given a message to Lady Bubbles through the script you write for her? As Lady Bubbles.
She don't miss it.
Did you catch it?
So afterwards, I think that sometimes I caught, but afterwards is when I'm kind of. But then I'm gonna watch it again. And, yeah, yes.
You gotta give us one example. Please, just give us one example.
Oh Lord, Prof, can you help me up here?
That's also funny.
I don't know. I just look at them and see it. That's the I see how I see him looking at her and saying,
It's a general thing, and number of the people in the.
"You send them
so
messages."
there's a character. There's a character in the show that is never on time. I just write it in the script.
Into the punctuality.
People are complaining about the time, and then they hear, "Sir." From them start reading the script, you get a WhatsApp. Sir, I see what you do. I see what you do. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad you get it.
All right.
What about the politician now? That is in the
Oh,
script.
yes.
Man. What
Oh,
is-
Percy, you're bringing it to
This is
home now.
because I can't get everybody involved. I have one politician that bears so much. Because he is the one politician that pays everybody. He is
The bad guy.
So he's being investigated
What?
for illicit
Oh
enrichment.
Lord, everything.
Dear Jesus.
he is minister of this, minister of everything.
But you know, you also have to make him innocent.
Of course. I have to
So
make him a number of things. I
yes,
have to make him-
because
I
yes,
have to make
because
him
if he's
delusional, I have to
if
make him
he-
narcissistic, I have to make him
yes, if he's wearing the hat of everybody, he has to be innocent.
That's the most important part.
Yes,
They're
of
always
course.
innocent.
Because there's
They're
always
always
an
innocent.
innocent. There's always an innocent person.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
But-
it's
and
beautiful.
the gentleman that plays the politician, Michael Ford, wherever you are, sir,
Big up yourself.
people love to hate you. They
Yeah.
love to hate
Yeah.
you.
So we'll be seeing more of him, is what you're saying.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
one, if the people love him, then it's a show.
You have to keep him there.
You have to keep him. And with so much happening, where you do your political commentary or your satirical commentary, you have to bring him out. So does he have a wife or a girlfriend, a baby mother, or all three?
Wow.
Give me some ideas.
No, it's actually what happens.
Yeah.
So he is under investigation.
Oh.
But he has
And he had a affair with his secretary.
You see, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And then
He
the
was
nepotism.
married.
Yeah. He's being investigated for
The
his wife's
murder.
passing. Or
Huh? Yes.
So
suspected passing of his wife. So is
So that means the FBI and the DEA have him on the
Yeah.
that's surveillance.
Yeah.
What's the other one named? Interpol.
Yes.
Interpol. Oh,
So,
no.
Constable Bubbles, you.
You're going
of
to
course,
arrest him?
she's the one who.
Well, I'd
arrested.
love to. Once I get my
I
orders
can remember,
from
who had
my
the
boss.
who had the past relationship? You and the politician?
No,
Politicians,
politicians,
The
but
politician's
The
brother.
contractor.
The contract.
Contractor.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And when she leaves tomorrow, she's leaving on assignment. So in the bartender, she's
Yes,
leaving on an
she's not.
assignment.
that's one of the.
Interpol?
That's what.
The
Perhaps.
FBI office.
So there
That's
is
one of the things that I applaud Professor for. If you have to take a break,
Yes.
if you're going off on a tour,
Nothing
he
is
makes sure
wasted.
nothing is wasted.
he
We spent
scripts it in.
we spent 3 weeks in Germany. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Last year we spent 3 weeks in Germany. I left a phone here for them to shoot here,
And
we
you
shoot there.
yes, and
Collaborated. We had a
of course.
character that was in
Germany.
We had a character in Germany. No, he was from here, but he was there. We had him locked up, And this was no the Jack Your story.
Yes.
I was playing Jack Your story.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But one thing, you will never be short of good content in Jamaica. Tracking our landscape
Every
Oh,
day.
yes.
every day.
There's so much.
Every day. What are you saying about the disappearing teachers?
Oh, that's coming next.
Oh boy.
That's an issue.
No, sir.
And the sixth form students that's teaching classes. that have teaching classes.
You know what? We never mentioned that.
No, but and I was volunteering my youngster to do some tutoring
Oh boy.
because he was good at it.
Yeah.
Oh
But it's
boy.
crazy though.
Yeah.
Why so much?
Well,
Why are we so busy?
maybe use my platform to talk about these things.
Yeah.
400. But last I heard it was 2. Now it's 4
400.
Yeah.
teachers. That's
It's 800 and something.
842 teachers.
Eight.
Yeah, wait there. And it's 3 times.
Hasn't registered
Guys,
license
this
for
morning.
it.
no, I haven't.
That's why I call them the disappearing teachers because there's
my
always a
gosh.
gap.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
I thought earlier this week, but they're gonna get more as people on 4 months and 8 months. God, oh no. Serious, it's serious.
So
What are our kids gonna do?
That is it. That is it.
in the few minutes that we have left, I'm just gonna give you an opportunity to just say what we can look forward to. Is there a casting call for the bartender for a new show?
We have-
know that
we-
you're looking for dancers
yeah.
or potential dancers
Right.
ready for training.
We have some new shows coming on the YouTube channel. We have a show coming up called Dance Alive that we'll be speaking to, we'll be streaming and talking to especially the dancers overseas in Europe. That's because we have a number of Europeans and people in Asia and people in South America that is really helping to push the culture out there. So we'll be talking to them and how much they take the culture on in a respectable way and try to pass it on. And we'll be speaking to because I think now is the time to be speaking to our local dancers. The Chris Brown show that concluded recently, Ding Dong had so many local dancers on stage with him, like a sea of dancers on stage. We have so many dancers from the inner cities that's touring, that's on tour, that's in so many different countries. I want to do a list of all these dancers that's touring because dance at some point was isolated and a dancer couldn't tour unless he's on stage with an artist.
With an artist,
But
yeah.
now dancers are getting a chance to
Found
speak
their
about
own
it.
legs.
Yes, and they and one of the things, because what I used to do when I had my studio, I would just call random meetings with dancers, just to pass on the knowledge to them and have them understand, because they're saying, yeah, you're a foundation expert, you know about the foundation part of dancehall, so you can talk about different things. I say, yeah, but you can speak about dancehall in your community.
Yeah.
Every community is different.
So you
take
prepare
you
them.
and take your
And,
community,
yeah.
and if this dance was created in your community, what gave rise to this dance? Because one of the things they love to hear about is the story behind the dance, how the dance was created.
Yes, because
So create your story. So that's one of the things that I want to continue doing, employing dancers like that. Calling on new programs that we'll be doing. Well, I have a script that is about 20 years old. Oh, that I am going to revise.
busting it off.
And I'm going to, so we'll be doing a casting call for that as well. And we're going to be focusing on workshops, drama workshops. I have some people overseas that want to sponsor youngsters in for drama workshops. And we already have the platform to showcase them. So we're going to.
So a lot of activity and all of
Culture
it
making
very
money for the
positive.
people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Percy? How
Culture making money
I
for the
just
people.
that was
Presently,
hard.
we pay
20
22 or so
Actors.
actors
for the bartender
Yes.
and growing
Yes, and growing.
and growing. Well, I bless you for making time for us this morning.
Yes.
Right,
Thank you for having me.
alert. Ready for the cameras.
Yes.
We're gonna wrap up now because we've gone. It's 9:51. So thank you very much, Orville and Shelley. That let me get the name right because you have Dance Expressions. What are the brands in your outfit?
Dance Expressions, Expressions JA, which is the overall umbrella, and Theatre Expressions.
And Theatre
So
Expressions.
Theatre Expressions is a baby company because this is what you know, this
This
is
is
how
what
we
propelled everything
yeah, we
else.
brought everything under
Yeah.
that umbrella
Yeah.
first.
All right, you've heard it here. These now are you are our new best friends because you
Yes,
truly
yes.
have a heart for
Culture.
culture, and I believe there is great untapped wealth in our culture. Other people are
Absolutely.
feeding off it endlessly.
Yeah.
I listen to you and I can see what you've been doing with dance,
Yes.
which I mean, you know, people who shy away from even speaking. You said you, as an introverted person, it gave you a voice.
Gave me a voice.
And recently, when we were in South Africa, and we went to visit this a cultural village, showcasing I think the 5 main tribes that make up the south of Africa. They created miniature village settings that showcase the housing, the food, just gave you basic things about the tribe and the language, the music, the whole thing. And we went through these 5 little like community centers, and members of the community came out and showed you, you know, what this meant and that meant. And the end of the show was a dance, and the dance was each tribe representing, telling the story of their history and the village in dance. And then
Can you imagine tourists coming off boats and planes, and there's a place like Ward Theatre where you have a show that shows the evolution of Jamaican music and dance that
Yeah.
plays for the entire
I see you
day.
heading there.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this.
I see you heading there. Oh yes, that's true. Yes, at Island Village. That's true, you know. Island Village, you know, Terrell, set up to accommodate something like that. Yeah.
For the entire day, you have something like that running where people can come and see where it all started. And
You realize we're starting over the show? Thank you all on air and online for journeying with us this morning. You know that Percy and I take our weekend starting now. It's frightening and it's fun at the same time. But thank you back in the studio. Lloydie, thank you very much. Mr. Producer right here on set with us. Thank you for taking us through the morning. I know we had some internet issues, but we have survived. And to our guest, Pastor Percival, may I just leave it for you to
No, thanks very much.
close us.
Thanks very much.
Thank
you.
You invigorate me. You tell me that, hold on, there's so much that you are sitting on in terms of potential wealth that is happening. And we need to do that for our people. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And you have a blessed weekend, Pastor Percy.
I surely will. Have weddings and things this weekend, but that's it.
Fight fair, keep it clean.
Yeah.
Yes, have a good weekend, everyone.